untagged for free at freebeats.io.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome, Austin. Never mind, your camera's there. Welcome to the Four Quarters of a Whole Idiot podcast, the most consistent podcast on the internet. Back once again for another edition of the show as we intro the 2025-26 NFL season. I am Noah, as always. I think I'm the one consistent piece of the puzzle here, I think. No, Kevin's... you guys have all been here.
Well,
okay.
You're the visual guy. I'd hope so.
I am joined by my humble co-host. We'll start on the bottom right with bottom right guy himself. Kevin, how are we doing?
I'm doing Noah. We were talking about in the group chat earlier. It was a game time decision. I didn't know if I was going to make it for the pod, but we're here. We're grinding.
Kevin broke speed limit rules to get here, surely. No, you definitely are like a slow... I don't know if I've really been in a car with you. You're definitely a safe driver, though.
I was doing 90 at one point, I think, by accident.
Okay.
Well,
he was
minimum 80.
New Hampshire State Troopers, take notice.
Allegedly, hypothetically speaking, I was doing 90.
To Kevin's left and my bottom is my bottom,
You're...
Austin. How are we doing?
I'm amazing. How are you? How are
I'm
you
good.
guys? How's everybody?
Hey, that's my question. I'm good.
No, I'm asking it back.
I'm good.
Somebody's got to ask you.
I'm excited to be here.
All right, he's good. He's good.
Yeah. And finally, on the top right of your screen, camera is not on tonight, but the pinhead is. Spect, how we doing?
Pinhead Larry, baby. I'm living, you know. I was motivated by just Kevin's, team playerness. So I'm ready to rock and roll.
And rock and roll we shall. As I mentioned right when we started, this is another installment. I guess this is the final one of our 2025 NFL season preview. We have done, I think, 5 total live shows on YouTube and Twitch. We've tier listed quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and every AFC and NFC team. All of those tier lists are available on YouTube and also Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So look up 4 Quarters of a Whole Idiot or 4QWI. We come up both ways and catch up on all that stuff. The season is upon us. We are like a week and a half, 2 weeks away from the first game of the season for the regular season. So we're there, and I know I can speak for all of us. We're very excited. First game of the season is, by the way, September 4th, Thursday, Cowboys at Eagles, and I'm sure we'll talk about the Cowboys a little bit.
Oh, those poor Cowboys.
We'll talk about
not a good way to start the season.
So the last thing I'll say is today what we're doing is we're gonna, in the next hopefully 45 minutes or so, pretty like compact edition this evening, we're gonna go over all of our respective predictions for all 14 playoff teams, and then who we think are who's taking away the Super Bowl MVP, and then offensive, defensive, rookie, and players of the year, and the NFL MVP. And then we're going to all quickly cover a team that we think is going to be a sneaky, decent / good team this season, and another team that we think is going to fall short of expectations. That is the agenda for this evening, and with that, we'll get started. So do you guys want to start with the AFC or the NFC and talk about what our seeds are for these teams, or for these conferences, rather?
Let's start with the NFC. It's more exciting.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm a bit upset we didn't get a surprise question, but I think we can move on.
Does anybody have a quick icebreaker question?
What's your favorite kind of tree?
That's that requires
Birch.
nuance for me. Pine.
Kevin?
I said birch. And this episode
Birch.
is brought to you by Guarana, the soda of Brazil.
Shout out Brazil.
Spect, what's your favorite kind of tree?
Pine is goated, man.
Pine is a good
Pine
one.
is goated. Yeah. I'm a big fan of palm trees just because I never get to see them. So when I do, I'm always in so much awe.
Thanks, Austin. Okay, so speaking of goated, we're going to talk about the NFC, the National Football Conference, which I would say is the more goated of the two conferences in terms of there are more, I think, more contenders / more like powerful teams overall in the NFC.
For sure.
I found it a bit harder to pick, at least personally, division winners a little bit here for the NFC. But who wants to go first? Do you want? What we'll do is we'll run down our 1 through 7, each person, and then we'll just kind of discuss and we'll see where the conversation goes from there. Who would like to kick us off with the NFC?
I don't think it's a surprise. Everyone should have the same one. I have the Eagles at 1.
Yep.
Yes.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay. For what it's worth, we also had Jay and Brett put in their predictions.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so Jay had the Eagles at 1, and Brett had the Eagles at 1.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think
Pretty
there's any questions really. I mean, I know they had like a big flip-flopping of coaching staff, but I don't think that's going to be like a huge crazy deal.
I feel like it's undisputed. Give us your full list now. Run it down.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we get crazy. We get crazy off the top. We get real crazy at number 2. This is my team. I'm telling you, they're going to be the Bengals of the NFC.
I know what you're going to say.
All firepower, no defense. The Bucks have the 6th easiest schedule in all the NFL.
You're gonna say that.
I have the Buccaneers at 2. I have the Packers at 3 winning the division. I have the Rams at 4 just winning by default. Even though Matthew Stafford apparently can't even stand up straight. I guess his back is so bad. So I guess we'll have to kind of see where that goes. I have the Lions as the first wild card. But they have like the 30th hardest. You should see their fucking schedule. It's brutal. They have to play like the Eagles, the Ravens, the Bills. They have they have to play the Packers twice. They have the worst schedule I can ever imagine. They're still favored in pretty much all those games, but new coaching staff, they can't stay healthy. We'll see how that goes. But I still love the Lions. Commanders falling off a little bit. I still think they'll get their like 9-ish, 10-ish wins. But they're the wild card too. I have the Vikings sneaking in just because I don't think J.J. McCarthy really has to be that good. They have a great defense. They still have the best wide receiver core in the league, and they have one of the best tight ends in the league. So I don't even think J.J. McCarthy really has to be that amazing. But I could easily see the Cardinals sneaking in. I think they're going to be better than a lot of people think. I think they could top 10 wins. Like they could get their 10 wins. But they're the Cardinals still, so they'll probably end up getting their 7. But the Cardinals are like my NFC like watch out team, and then the Seahawks because I don't fucking know. I like them.
Okay.
Nice.
I can't speak for everybody else, but I definitely vary a bit there. I can say that. Kevin, do you want to go
Not
next?
too much.
Yeah, honestly, because I'm pretty close. I'll go next. So I went Eagles, and then there are only, I think, 3 spots that change, and they revolve around 3 teams. I swapped Lions and Packers in terms of who wins the division, and I put Lions above the Bucks. I think it'll be close. I think the Bucks could take the number 2, to be honest. But I don't know. I feel like I want to put a little bit of faith in the Lions. They have the most potential to fall off, though, but I'm still putting faith. So we go Eagles, Lions, Bucks, Rams, Packers, Commanders, Vikings, which, like I said, I think there's only the 3 swaps around between me and you, Specs, right?
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Yeah.
My list is the exact same as Kevin's.
Wow. Okay.
Let's go, Austin.
Mine. Okay,
Majority
mine
wins.
I think mine is the first 5 of mine are the same as Kev's, right? Kev, yours was Eagles, Lions, Bucks, Rams, Packers. Yep. So that was my exact 5 to begin. I did put the Commanders at 7, and then the team I have in the 6th spot is the 49ers. I do. I think this. I was unsure. I wanted the 49ers to be in there. I think that if we have a healthy CMC, a healthy team, people are returning. I don't see why this team can't win like 10 games and hit the wild card spot. Between them and the Commanders for 6 and 7, you could honestly flip them. But I think the team's just a little too talented to not make it in.
Yeah, I think. Okay, hold on. I'm looking at Brett's because I wanted to get his
Oh yeah, throw that up there.
off. So he went Eagles, Lions, Bucks, Rams, right on the same wavelength.
Oh yeah.
Then he went Commanders. Then he went Vikings. So
He has the
still
Bears down
six-
there,
no,
doesn't
two,
he?
3. And then he put the Bears at 7. That is crazy work. That is crazy, and he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, that is crazy.
He's a big.
I
Ben
wonder
Bears
what
are
his
nowhere
sneaky
near that,
eyes-
dude.
Wow, I wonder what his sneaky team later will be. Can you take a guess?
I mean, I said this when we were tier listing the NFC teams. Like, I want to like the Bears, and I think the Bears could be. I do not think that they're a playoff team because the NFC is so competitive. I think they're just a little too behind.
I don't
right
think
now.
I don't think they're ever gonna win that division.
But I
to be
think
fair.
Such a hard
you're
division.
throwing Ben
Yeah.
Johnson in there. Like I think I said verbatim when we did our tier list of the NFC. Like, hopefully he can be the one to actualize what that offense was designed to be, because there is quite a bit of talent there. And Caleb Williams, as much as people dog on him, did have it like a solid. He only threw like 6 interceptions all season as a rookie. Other than that, his stats weren't fantastic. But
Yeah.
I think
He's got a
they'll
good
be a
case
fun
with the
team.
girl
I
also.
just I think putting them even at the 7th seed is a reach personally.
I think
think-
they're bums. Or Caleb Williams. I think Caleb is a bum. We've been over this.
Yeah.
I hate
I
it.
think if the Bears were in the AFC, they would probably be in the playoffs, like wild card, but not in the NFC. They got a long way to go in the NFC.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if they were in the AFC, they probably get their 8 wins, and that's enough to like make the playoffs in the AFC.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
Jay kind of had what everyone else really had. Eagles, Lions, Bucks, Rams, Packers, Commanders, 49ers, which apparently everyone's down in the 49ers except for Vegas, because Las Vegas has them like fucking winning the NFC.
Yeah.
Right? They're
I
like
don't-
right
I
up there with
don't-
the Eagles.
I
I
wouldn't
think that's
put him up
pers-
there, but
that's
I don't
crazy.
think CMC is gonna be.
Yeah,
he's
there's
not
like a
gonna withstand
97
as much workload as he
Yeah.
ever could, dude. He's
There's
gonna
like
get
a
hurt. He's gonna have to
95% chance he gets hurt.
go. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like there's a lot of fragility on that team.
It's kind of fun to see, though. Realistically, the only huge difference was Spec choosing the Packers to win the division. Other than that, we lined up pretty tight, and we kept touting the NFC as the one division that's like, or the one conference that's like so much. There's too many good teams. Like, who's gonna be the top? And then we fucking all got the exact same top 4.
yeah, I
For
do.
Yeah,
now.
right.
I think it doesn't have to be right now, but when we get to the AFC, I honestly think like 5 of the teams are pretty ironclad. Like, I would really hope that we have all the same 5 teams, and then the other 2 are kind of a bit more fun. But
I
I
think we have the same 5 teams. I'm gonna have a different order.
Yeah,
than
I
you,
think we
but-
have the same 5.
I
yeah.
didn't mean
The top-
like the order, but I mean like the teams that are going to appear.
Yeah.
I think
One
the
one
top
through
three-
wild card 1 should be the same.
I think the top 3 are absolutely or actually top 4 are absolutely locked.
Yeah.
The order of the top 3 is going to vary so much between us, and
Well, are
then
we-
the wild cards are going to be quite literally wild.
Are we moving on to the AFC? Should you just go and rattle
Yeah,
off
I
your list,
mean-
Kev?
Yeah, well, we can return to the NFC conversation, I guess, when we get to the Super Bowl matchup. Maybe we can say like who we think will
That
be
is
in the
true.
conference championship too. But NFC is full of fun teams. Like, I'm honestly like,
Yeah.
I'm more excited about NFC games than AFC. Honestly,
Yeah,
like
there's
just
There's a lot of fun teams, and it's weird that some of the fun teams this year are going to go like, 6-11. But I'm going to be like, damn, this team's fun to watch.
yeah. I think like Spec made a point about the Cardinals. That's a team that I like. I think they're going to be somewhere like the 8 to 9 seed range, but like that's a solid team. There's fun
Mhm.
teams out there. So, okay, we'll go to the AFC now, and we can run down our 1 through 7. Do we want to go in reverse order, or just start with Spect again? How do we want to do that?
Start respect. Keep it easy.
Yeah.
Okay. go ahead.
So I got so there's really, in my opinion, only 2 number 1 seeds you could possibly put. I have the Ravens as the 1 seed. I have the Bills as the 2 seed. Brett and I have the same West winner. I have the Broncos winning the West.
Yeah.
They just have like the best defense in the league. And I think that'll get them pretty far. I have the Texans winning their division, obviously. I mean, who else could? I have the Chiefs as the number 1 wild card. I went back and forth on this one a lot. I have the Bengals as the 2nd wild card. That could easily be the Chargers. But I don't. The Chargers, I think they're going to be pretty much the exact same team they were last year, and I think they're going to miss out by a game because, call me a homer, man. Look at the schedule. We have like the easiest schedule in all the NFL, except for the Bills twice. Our schedule is so easy. If we can't get 9 wins and sneak into the playoffs, that's absurd. I have the Patriots as wild card 3. I think that's, listen, man. Their schedule is disgusting. How easy it is. They should be able to walk backwards into the playoffs. I mean, they got like the Raiders, the Jets twice, the Miami Dolphins, who are way down this year. They got, other than like the Bills twice. I mean, even the Steelers
We got the
like
Ravens.
that good anymore.
We got
Yeah, we got the Ravens.
this
Yeah,
season,
okay. You know, all
Bucks.
teams lose once in a while. So, but like, I still think I understand that like all the easy wins aren't gonna, they're not all gonna be wins. But I still think we can escape with 9 wins, and that's playoffs of the AFC, man. It's gonna be like a, one. It's gonna be like a 1-game difference. It's gonna come down to like the third tiebreaker between like us and the Chargers.
Yeah,
I agree.
And the thing too with the Bills and us playing them twice, that's divisional matchup, baby. Anything happens in divisional matchup.
We beat them last year. We beat them with
in
Mac
our-
Jones.
Yeah, in our suckiest years, we've still, even if we lost both games, we've kept it real close. They've been like
For
1-score games, and I'm like, how the fuck are we doing this? Divisional game. That's all it is.
Yeah, the Patriots schedule is shockingly easy. I know that the Dolphins will give us like a little trouble just because it's just how it goes. It's the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know it's preseason, but word was that the Vikings were so amazingly better than the Patriots all week long, and then we beat them in the preseason game. So I don't know. Just looking at the schedule, Raiders win, Dolphins win, Steelers win, Panthers win, Bills lost, the Saints, maybe the worst team in the NFL, third or fourth worst team in the NFL, Saints lost. Titans, that might be a shaky one. Could win 50-50. Browns win. Falcons, meh. Bucks, maybe a loss. Jets, like Giants, we play the Giants, dude. This is the easiest schedule I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So I think that now again, am I like put my money on it that's going to happen? No. Again, it could be the Chargers. Very well could be the Chargers. In the whole likelihood to go from 4 to 10 wins, that's a big jump. So it might not happen. But that's why I think it's super likely. And my honorable mention is I think the Chargers are going to be the exact same. I don't they're going to get their 9 wins. They always do. But I think the Jaguars are going to be a little sneaky this year. I think they had a good draft. And I think they're going to beat some pretty good teams. And they could be that last wild card too.
I see.
Okay.
Well, I do have to say that Specs list is entirely what my heart desires.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
And-
I'm speaking for the people. The people's
Yeah,
list,
dude.
man.
It's what my heart desires. Do I think it's gonna happen? I don't know. I will say you've entirely convinced me, and I was a fucking Mahomes hater and then a Chiefs hater till the day I die. I actually, in my list before we started, had Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, but I have been eyeing the Broncos all year, and as soon as you said Broncos over Chiefs, I swapped them immediately.
Dude,
I was like,
hell
"You're
yeah."
so right." So we're going.
I'm telling
Ravens,
you,
Bills,
I'll give
Broncos.
you a little extra, Kevin, when you're done. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
My apologies. You got me all going. You got me excited.
Yeah. Ravens, Bills, Broncos, Texans take 4th. Chiefs get the first wild card, and then I don't know how much more my man's Joe Burrow can do for this team.
Dude.
So I am so mad that Mike Tomlin somehow gets away with it every year, but I have to respect it. And then I went Chargers, Steelers for my 6-7.
That's so
Bengals will be
possible.
looking in one last time. I think, it would be quite the jump. Thank God we're in the AFC, so we could snag the 7th wild card. But I do think the Pats are. It would be quite incredible for them to get it. I think this year they'll have a really solid season, and people will understand that we're still putting the project together. Getting all the gears exactly where they need to be. And next year will be the year that we storm into the playoffs. But we could sneak in. I think I think Specs list is also entirely realistic. The reason why I swapped the Chiefs right now too, I just recently saw that video. I think Brett sent it in the chat where it was like Chiefs 1 doink away from, what it's
Yeah, right,
15-2, and then it goes through like 10 games of just like refs
play
not calling
away.
pass interference, an inch away with the Ravens toe tap. Like they quite literally could have gone under 500 if things just swung the other way. Like they got incredibly lucky. They had a good
Yep.
defense, I'll give them that, but they still got incredibly lucky. So I think I think they come back down to earth this year. I think we finally see it.
Austin, what do you
Yeah.
got?
All right. All right. This is where it's gonna be kind of crazy. I mean, not too crazy because you guys have been saying the same teams that I'm about to say, but just not in the right order. So I definitely have the Ravens number one, and number two is where it gets crazy because it's not the Bills. I think the Bills are gonna have a fine year. I just don't think they're gonna. They don't have as much momentum going like for them as I think the Broncos do, and I think the Broncos are gonna be facing the Ravens in the AFC Championship.
Wow. Okay.
So I got the Broncos in at 2, Bills in at 3. I got the Chiefs at 4. I got the Bengals at 5, Texans at 6, and just from this is completely off preseason observations. I got the Patriots in at 7 because they are. I know it's preseason, but they look really good. So kind of hyped. I'm good with that list.
Okay. I
Solid.
don't want to be the party pooper here. I have the Chiefs as the number 1 seed. I really hate to break it to you guys, but Patrick Mahomes has a
Ooh.
pulse. Patrick Mahomes has a
Ooh.
pulse, a top 10 defense, and a healthy offense entering the season. I don't give a fuck if Travis Kelce's like 40. This is the Kansas City Chiefs. You guys need to fucking like get real. I'm sorry. I really hate to say this. I'll be the one to say it. I
think-
what, Austin? What?
I think that the Chiefs don't have as many refs paid for them this season as they have prior, so I think they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna pull the 1 seed off. But I would love to see it. I'm here
way
for
I
it
see
because
it
they're
is
the
like,
rivals.
the Chiefs are the easy team to zero in with like the coulda, woulda, shoulda thing. But you look at a team like the Packers. We were just talking about the Packers, and they lost most of their games by like a couple points per Kevin's report during the tier list. Like they could be a couple games away from being like fucking 6-11. You know, you could say that for a lot of teams. I'm sure. I don't know. I'm not saying I am not a fan of the Chiefs. I just think I'm trying to be realistic here. They are still a very complete team. They went 15-2, missing, you know, a lot of their offensive core last season. I can't bet against them. I really can't. I don't have them winning the Super Bowl, spoiler alert, but I do think they take the 1 seed. Do they go 15-2 again? No, I don't. I think 14-3 is their ceiling, something like that. I think 15-2 was a little outrageous, but yeah.
Yeah.
I have the something else.
No, I just said yeah, agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. I have the Ravens at 2. Bills at 3. I do have the Texans at 4. I do have the Broncos at 5. I'm high on the Broncos. Like I was cool with putting them pretty high up in our AFC tier list, but I think I need to see a little bit. I think having the Broncos win that division is a little outrageous. I do like the Broncos though, and I have them at 5. I think they're.
I'm trying to
gonna be-
manifest it for them.
I think they're going to be a
Well,
solid like 11-win team. I think 11 is probably their ceiling. 12 maybe. I haven't looked at their schedule in depth, so it could
Well,
be
when
somewhere.
Patrick Mahomes tears his Achilles 4 games into the season, you'll be crying about it.
You know, I promise you, I assure you, I will not cry about that. Because you know what that means. Lamar or Josh can finally go to a fucking Super Bowl if that happens. Because I think as
That's
long
true.
as Mahomes has a pulse, that may not be happening. And I have the Bengals at 6. I think it was Kevin that said it. Oh, you didn't even put the Bengals in your playoff bracket though, did you?
Back at him. Yeah.
I did.
Like
I'm just so high on them, dude.
I'm high on
I
them
always
too.
have been.
I'm so high on them, but last year showed us like those were inhumane seasons from everyone on the offense, and their defense just couldn't do anything about it.
And you know what's
Like,
worse? Their
it's-
defense got worse because they're
Yeah.
gonna lose Trey Hendrickson.
Yep.
They didn't
Yes.
draft defensively though.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know off the top of the dome, but while Noah keeps speaking, I'll check for you.
Yeah, so I have the Bengals there. I think the Bengals are, you know, like I don't think their team is complete enough to take a division necessarily right now. I think that the Ravens are just too dang good. I don't think it's happening, but I think they can slide in somewhere. I think that last 6, like I said, Chiefs, Ravens, Bills, Texans, Broncos, those 5 teams are secure. Those teams, assuming health, are going to make it. And then the final 2 spots are a toss-up for me. So I do have the Bengals in there. And then the team I have at the 7th is the Chargers. I think like Spec said, they're pretty secure. They're probably going to be more of the same. They did win 11 games last season. Herbert played pretty well overall, and I think that I said this when we tier listed way back, however many a month ago plus. This is his prove it season. I didn't know much about Hampton, their new running back from the draft beforehand, but it sounds like he's going to be pretty important right off the bat, pretty explosive. The Chargers did not have a consistent running back all season. They had J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, who were both injured at various points. I think Jim Harbaugh is going to really enjoy having a fresh young rookie at running back coming into the season. They do have Najee Harris as well, who he's kind of like a volume merchant, but he's a serviceable, solid player. I think that committee with Hampton and Harris is going to be more reliable and more explosive.
Brent and I agreed. Brent and I agree. Omarion Hampton was one of the best running backs in the draft, so he's very good.
And then
the Chargers are definitely going to be super interesting. They haven't really gotten much media coverage, but they're
and then you
putting
had Keenan Allen's returning to the team. Lad McConkey's coming back for a second season. They have a talented offense, and their defense is somewhere towards the top, I think, if I remember correctly, at least in terms of points against. Let me look. Yeah, they were first in the league in points against last season, 17.7. So I don't know. I like the Chargers at the 7. Again, I don't think they're a team that's going to win the West just because the Broncos and Chiefs are in there, but they're high up. So I got the Chargers in there. I just glazed them so hard. You wouldn't think I put them at the 7. Sorry, I kind of went on for a while about that, but
yeah,
6 through 9 are gonna be. It's gonna be like a bloodbath. There's gonna be 4 teams just killing each other for that final spot.
Yeah.
We've had this talk about the Chargers on a previous podcast. I don't know if you remember, it was ages ago. About we were all high on the Chargers, and then we looked up their playoff history, and it's they've never even won a wild card game in ever since Justin Herbert came around.
Right.
So it's them at the 7. That's valid because it's they haven't proven they can do literally anything else.
This is what I mean by a prove it season too for Herbert, because he is he's only played I think 2 playoff games ever, something like that, and they were both absolute shitters. I think he threw 5 interceptions in the wild card game this past season against Houston, something like that. So you gotta perform,
Yeah, I'm about to scroll down and look at their season history. I'm gonna guess.
No, they
I
haven't
think
won
the last time they won a playoff game was probably wild card, so that they could meet the undefeated Patriots in the divisional round.
Yeah, it was
That's
probably
my guess.
Phillip Rivers, friggin' 15 years ago. When the first game of the playoffs was Broncos and Chargers for 10 straight years or something like that.
Oh my God, how could we forget this? They beat the Ravens in 2018
There you go.
at Baltimore, 23-17. And then they lost to us in the divisional playoffs.
It's crazy to think that was like Lamar Jackson was playing in that game in 2018. I can't believe he's been around as long as he has.
They have a lot of gaps though, because before that they missed the playoffs for 4 years. Then they won a playoff game at the Bengals, which isn't hard to do for Bengals wild card 2013. Then they lost divisional, and then 2008 won wild card, lost divisional, made the AFC Championship against the undefeated Patriots in 2007. I remembered it incorrectly. But then it's lost division, lost divisional, lost wild card, lost division. It's just oof.
But they did make the Super Bowl in 1994.
Yep.
Did they win it?
No. They faced the fucking Steve Young 49ers and got fucking killed. They got bent over. This is the game Steve Young threw 6 touchdowns and no interceptions in that game.
Yeah, they probably benched him in the 4th, same as Hurts.
Shout out Steve Young. Anywho, wow, this is all of a sudden a Chargers podcast, but it's now or never, Charger Nation, or whatever you call yourselves.
It kind of is.
I guess
it's...
Yeah, figured it out.
It's kind of not because I mean Harbaugh's been around for like 2 years. This is his second year,
it's
so I
gonna
mean
be
like,
no longer.
but for Justin Herbert, I mean it really kind of is. I mean he's got to prove something eventually. They did draft a wide receiver too from Ole Miss who's really good. Ole Miss was like a really high-powered offense, so I mean he'll have Trey Harris, which is Trey Harris is very good. His comp is like Rashi Rice, so I mean that's
Okay.
something. Rashi Rice is pretty good.
Yes, Adam with Keenan Allen and Lad McConkey.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
Lad McConkey's very good. Yeah.
And speaking of Chargers at the 7, Brett had Bills number 1, Ravens
we
number
forgot.
2,
Yeah.
Broncos
I'll
number
get
3,
Jays.
Texans number 4, Chiefs number 5, Bengals
Attaboy.
number 6,
Attaboy, bro.
Chargers number 7. So a lot of Bengals at the 6 going around here.
Now Jays is
Bills right on the
crazy.
top, Broncos. Oof. Yeah, I saw. It seems like our 2 missing members both decided to get one singular team in at the 7 to really just toss
Yeah,
them around.
Jay
Yeah.
went
See that.
Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, which is fair. Texans fair. Broncos, even the Steelers, I think is definitely totally viable. The Raiders is suspect. The Raiders is
Yeah.
super suspect unless he really is buying in to Geno Smith and Ashton Genty, which I believe Ashton Genty could probably run the ball 200 times and be like the rookie of the year. But that's crazy. I don't know about all that.
Yeah, definitely rough.
And then he has
Crazy 7 pick.
Yeah, I think that's quite the 7 pick, especially when they're gonna lose week 1 to the Patriots, baby.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Patriots are playing the day before my dad's birthday, so they got to give him the birthday present of a week 1 victory. It's like
Facts.
a tradition in my apartment now. Like last season, they my family came over because it was like I think it was my dad's birthday for the first Patriots game, and we watched them beat the Bengals, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? So if we could beat the Bengals with that roster in week 1 last year, we could beat the Raiders.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
Facts.
Okay, boys, we suddenly only have 16 minutes left for the rest of what we're planning to do. How about that? We were going to talk about a couple of things here. I think let's transition to just one sneaky team. We'll do our sneaky teams in our team that will fall below expectations. I don't think we articulate a whole lot for the sake of time, but let's throw those out, and then we will wrap up the last couple of things we got here. Let's start with Austin. Who is your
Let's
one
go.
sneaky team that you think will do
All right.
better than most people expect this season?
I don't know what their real expectation is. I'm assuming the expectation is maybe 3 or 4 wins, especially because they have like the hardest schedule in the NFL. But the sneaky team for me are the New York Giants because
Yes!
Jameis fucking Winston,
Wow,
baby.
that's crazy. No,
Let's go, Noah.
I'm not-
Yes,
Oh my
sir.
God, that's
Crazy.
absurd.
That's
And we're John
absurd.
on.
Bro,
Hey, about
Jameis
the
Winston
Raiders.
and Malik Neighbors, baby.
New York
Let's see it. Let's go.
Oh,
I didn't pick them for the
2,000
same
yards.
reason as you did, Austin. I picked them because Russell Wilson will be starting for them to begin with.
Same
I-
page, different books, fellas.
No,
Nah. Hold on. Before you even continue, the reason why I'm picking is because Jameis Winston, doesn't matter if he's playing or not. Bro's got that energy, dude. That
Yes.
energy, that positivity that you need in the locker
Locker room
room. That's
culture.
an
I'm gonna
advantage no other team has. They don't
I'm
have a
gonna be
Jameis.
So real. I cannot remember the last time Jameis Winston was on a team with a winning record.
maybe
doesn't
never.
matter.
There was
That
no.
I'm not.
There was
I'm not
that year.
telling you.
Wasn't
Never.
there was that
21
year he
Saints or something.
No, there was that year he led the league in touchdowns and picks, and it was like 34 and 34 or whatever it was.
That
And
Yeah,
was
I'm
right.
pretty sure they-
2019
He
Tampa
I'm
missed
pretty
Bay
sure they
Bucks, and he
did.
was
They?
on
Oh,
it.
okay, I thought they snuck it.
Yeah.
No,
It
was
he
like
was
the
on. No,
greatest
he was on a
shit
winning
storm.
team in 2016. He went 9-7 with the Buccaneers.
Oh,
Give him
That
his
is
flowers.
And
Give him his
they did
flowers,
not
boys.
make the playoffs though. But to expand on Austin, I'll piggyback off of you. The Giants actually have, like, according to pretty much everybody, the number 1 defensive line in the NFL. Very competent defensive line that, if healthy, is apparently the best in the league. And I think that what this team was missing was, in part, competent quarterback play. I think Russell Wilson, despite all the memes and whatever, he played pretty okay with the Steelers. You know, I surely
won a
he's got
championship before.
it. Do I think the Giants are going to win more than 6 games,
No.
7 games? No, I don't. I picked them because I think they are. I genuinely they are going to be a sneaky team that is gonna, I think, surprise a couple of people. By the way, Russell Wilson threw an absolute gem of a deep pass in a preseason game like 2 days ago. If anybody saw that, it was. I don't remember who he threw it to, but I saw the clip and I'm like, he still got it when he wants to have it. So why not? Tyrone Tracy's cool. Malik Neighbors is going to be a top 5 wide receiver in the league in a couple years. Why not? Why not?
Yep.
Give me the Giants. I'm
Yep.
with you, Austin.
Let's go.
I'm with you.
So, yeah, 7 games is a hard ceiling though. Just so we're clear, it's like they're not gonna win and get in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, see, well, like when I was
But-
looking at the teams, I'm like, most teams don't feel so sneaky. I feel like the Giants are a team that hasn't gotten a lot of like. Plus, they have that Cam Scatterbo kid that's got a lot of hype around him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have an absurd pass rush though. Like it's going to be kind of scary to see
They have the right building
Dexter
blocks.
and Abdul Carter. And I'm not with you guys about
Abdul
Russell
Carter.
Wilson.
They just
and-
drafted him.
Yeah, he's like the best player in the draft. I don't agree that it's Jameis Winston or Russell Wilson. I think by week 8, Jackson Dart will be starting anyways, but he's really good. So I mean, I'm definitely not totally opposed
Yeah.
to this, but I just think saying the Giants are sneaky is just so funny.
Yeah,
It
last I
feels
read that
disgusting, but
Dart, they're gonna wait a little bit to get Dart going. Like you said, week 8, yeah, probably somewhere around there. We'll see. Maybe they'll hit the glass a bit sooner if they're like 0-7, or something. But okay, let's go back to Spect now. Who is your sneaky team?
I think the Cardinals. This is a tough one because they were 8-9, so I mean that's not like bad, but they had a really amazing draft on an already very good team, and I think that they could easily win 10, even 11 games. Honestly, is totally within the realm of possibility because they were a 3rd place team, so they got a 3rd place schedule, and they had just like a really just solid draft, and I believe in Marvin Harrison Jr. Obviously, Kyler Murray has proven that he can be a really good quarterback, and then Trey McBride's only getting better. So I mean, they could be pretty good. And then in the AFC, like I said, Jaguars, another one, good draft. I just like Trevor Lawrence. I think this is kind of like he needs to do really good or he's going to be out of a job here because
probably.
he's been pretty rough. But Brian Thomas Jr., wrong. He's obviously very good. And then they drafted a lot of defense. Word on the street is, though, that Travis Etienne is almost certainly out of a job and that it's going to be they drafted a rookie. Could be him. I'm not really obviously sure. But I think they could be sneaky good. I'm not saying 10 wins, but I mean, they were 4-13, so like 8 wins for them would be a total turnaround. So yeah, I think they'll beat a few teams.
Yeah.
I think that'll
It'll be the rookie and then the guy that was playing last year, right? I forget his
Tank
name.
Bigsby.
Oh, Tank
Tank-
Bigsby. Yes,
Tank-
yes. That's
Oh, it is Tank. All right. For some
Yeah.
reason, I thought Tank Bigsby, and I'm like, no, he's on the Bucks. I don't know why.
Bucky
I'm thinking of
Irvin.
Leonard Fournette, previous Jaguar, who
No.
became a Buck.
Are you thinking of Tank
Also,
Dell?
Does Leonard Fournette
Tank
have
Dell's
a
a-
job?
Tank Dell.
Leonard Fournette
Oh,
is probably
ooh.
playing friggin' semi-pro in Germany or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know what that
No, it just says I think he's just a free agent currently.
Yeah.
goes. Wait, did you
Anyways.
guys say the teams you were down on? Weren't we supposed to give it down?
No,
Team?
Kevin
No,
also hasn't said
I'll
his team yet
bookend.
either.
Okay,
I'll
all right,
bookend
good.
and,
Attaboy. My bad.
and
Go
swap
ahead.
it in because I had a nice little wombo combo going here, and it relates to you. But we'll get it out of the way real quick. It was pretty obvious. We already touched on it that Jay had the Raiders as a sneaky team, and Brett had the Bears as a sneaky team. Like that's
Yeah.
to toss them at the 7. I think we all saw that coming as a sneaky team.
For
My
sure.
sneaky team. I was sitting there and I kept being like, I think the Broncos are going to be really high, but then I realized, it feels a little too obvious, and turns out it was because we're all so high on the Broncos. But I'm going to kind of swap it up. Everyone kind of went for, lower the tier teams. I kind of want to focus on the Rams. We haven't talked about them at all on this podcast, at least, like this episode. I really think they're, we all put them at the 4, but I think they're gonna fucking crack some skulls when it comes to playoffs. I genuinely think they're gonna make a really deep run this year.
I don't
and
disagree.
They're gonna find their way into the conference championship, which I think every single game they have a chance to win. And if they're in the conference championship, they have a chance to win that game and make it into the Super Bowl. I genuinely think they will be that sneaky. They will be the team where you get them and you're like, oh, they went you know, they went 9-7 and sneaked out their division. Ah, who cares? And then they beat you by 2 points. And it's like, what happened? You know?
Yo.
Wombo Combo staying in the division. I cannot disagree more. I fucking hate the Cardinals. I don't know why. I think they're going to be so bad this year. Everyone wants them to be good. They should be good on paper. They should be good. They should probably be a playoff team. They should be taking it away from the Vikings, but they're not gonna. They're gonna do so bad, and everyone's gonna be like, "What happened?" for the second year in a row, and I will be sitting here saying, "I told you so."
I appreciate this about you, Kevin. You are nothing if not consistent. Like you say this like you never switch things up between shows. It's like the
I stay
sixth.
loyal.
You've been on most of these like preseason shows and whatever, and you say the same. Like you're consistent. And I appreciate that because I could tell you were going to go that direction with the Cardinals just based off of what you've said. And
Yep.
all of the other.
Yeah, see, like, see, I'm just sitting here and I just look at them and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, you were supposed to have. It's like the Bengals. It's like, how much more does Joe Burrow need to do? Can they make the playoffs? I don't think so because, like, he has no fucking help. He already had God's given grace of a season and it did nothing. The Cardinals already had a really good team. I mean, am I stupid? They've had their coach for a decent amount of time, so it's not like it's turnover. And they've had their core. They just suck. And it's like, why?
Yeah, I
Why
kind of
do you
agree.
suck?
I kind of
I
agree.
don't
And
understand.
I also feel like the Cardinals on paper, even from like a fantasy standpoint, like I feel like you are attracted to drafting these players, but like even Kyler Murray, like from a fantasy standpoint, just has not been who you'd want him to
Exactly.
be.
No,
Yeah.
And
honestly,
it's like,
they're-
why? Like just be fucking good, damn it.
Exactly.
Like what the fuck?
well, Trey McBride has something to say about that because he fucking
Yeah,
almost single-handedly made
one
me lose the
I
bright
mean,
championship.
spot on that.
James Conner was like a
James
top
Conner.
8 like running back in fantasy last year.
Yeah,
All right,
You're
all right.
right.
Yeah,
You're
last
so right.
year
And where
last
did
year
that
they
get from?
are doing okay. I suppose they're on the uptick, but like I'm
It's-
talking like consider Kyler Murray's whole career. He's been in the league for like
Yeah.
6 years now, some shit.
So,
Like,
can I interject?
I don't know.
Yes.
We have, according to our current schedule, 6 minutes left. Do we want to keep talking about the Cardinals, or do we want to?
Like I said,
Let's
if
move
we
on.
go to
We have to move on.
8:15, it's not the end of
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
All-
Oh, so,
all
so
I'm
we want to
saying-
keep talking about the Cardinals. Is
Yes.
what I'm hearing.
All I'm saying,
Yeah,
first
that's
off,
what it is.
just hold on. Just to keep everyone consistent. Gannon has only been the coach for 2 years. His first year they were 4-13. Last year, his second year, they were 8-9. You know,
they
so he's
doubled
getting
their-
better. And they
So
are
16
they
wins
had
this season.
Google
So-
draft grades. Everyone gave them an A+. They had a
So-
tremendous draft.
So by the transitive property, he should have 16 wins this game.
That's what
this
I
season.
said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I was thinking maybe another 2 or 3, you know, which it doesn't have to double as much as +4 is more but 12 wins would be absurd. I can stay in the division though for my down team. I don't know why. I'm kind of with Kevin. Kevin just kind of said like vibes, you know, he doesn't fuck the Cardinals. I'm kind of with that with the 49ers. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
dog, they're like top 5 odds to win the Super Bowl. I think that's absurd. I don't know why. I have no faith that they're going to do any good. And then honestly, I'm down in that whole division because only for this one fact. I was with you guys when we did all the tier listing about the Rams. Word on the street, every video I see, every meme I see, Matt Stafford can't even walk straight. He hasn't practiced. He hasn't played football because his back is so fucked up. So if he can't play, that team is boned.
That is true.
Yeah.
So
They have
that's
Jimmy
the only
Garoppolo
reason
waiting in the wings.
that's the only reason I'm down on those guys. But yeah, something about the 49ers. I don't know why. Why? Just because
They
Shanahan's
got
still
Jimmy
around?
G.
Like they're. Oh yeah, what has Jimmy G done in his life
If
besides?
Jimmy
Jimmy
made it to
G
a Super
starts
Bowl.
for that team, they are 4-13. Like
Jimmy
Yeah.
G
is
got
that bad
Jimmy
right
G
now.
was a
I'm sorry.
friggin' passenger on the way to the Super Bowl,
He sure
and that was about
yeah.
it. But yeah, I'm down in the 49ers. Just kind of the same. Everything should point to they're gonna be okay. I don't know. Fuck them. I don't like them.
Yeah, I will say my best my sneaky and my failure teams were purely based off vibes, no stats. Like I just gut feeling. So I'm saying I'm right there with you. Gut feeling of my team being bad.
Yeah,
gut feeling
I
of
just feel like
49ers,
they're gonna
yeah.
not be good. I don't know why. I have no evidence.
Yeah. I'm down on a team that's already pretty down. I think the Cowboys are gonna be
Austin, I picked the Cowboys
30,
too.
bro.
Look
Like,
at us
if
go.
you're not the worst team in the league, you're like bottom 3 of the worst
Yeah.
team in the league. Like,
Yeah,
you guys, CD Lamb, I'm sure will have a fine fantasy season, but like outside of that, there's absolutely nothing going for this fucking team.
they
And they're
did
in the
get
hardest
They did
division.
get George
Like,
Pickens.
They got George
They did
Pickens.
that is something. I'm just playing
sorry,
devil's advocate.
sorry, CD Lamb, you just lost a little bit
Yeah.
of volume, so you're
I
not
think I said it
even
before.
as good.
I cannot wait
Bro.
to see the videos of George Pickens fighting someone outside of a Waffle House at 3
Dude,
a.m. in
I'm telling you,
Dallas. Like,
George Pickens is the only player in all of the NFL that actively like hurts his team by touching grass. Have you ever seen like plays where he doesn't get the ball, dude? He literally like starts throwing a fit like on the field whilst his guy runs away to go tackle the dude with the ball.
Did you
It's
say
like
whilst?
Yes,
the
I've
T?
never
Yeah.
seen such a self-destructive player who's just such a cancer to have on a football team, dude. Like
You're
it's
so
so
right, though.
it's crazy. You see him like he'll look at the quarterback and Kenny Pickett or whoever was the quarterback at the time like audibles away from George Pickens and he literally starts like stomping his feet like a rabbit, like who's upset. It's absurd how crazy he is. So it's like woohoo, now he's in Dallas. I mean, that was just me playing devil's advocate, but yeah, they had like an okay draft, and then like they didn't add anybody in free agency. Which
Yeah.
I don't know. Jerry Jones needs to be like put down or
I
something.
got,
Like because
I got a
He needs to
perfect
spell that
picture of this
organization, dude,
next
yeah.
point.
Yo, he reminds me of Antonio Brown post like CTE. Like, look at this guy.
Except
He looks like
started
he's
there.
got a fucking demon in his eyes,
Oh,
bro.
I got another one. This one's even better. He's fucking pissed.
Oh man, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, bro looks like a problem. He's got problem written all
He's
over. his
scary,
fucking
bro.
forehead,
He's scary.
dude.
Like,
Yeah,
I would-
like,
I like if you see that dude, like you're crossing the road, man. I'm telling you, dog. He's yeah. That guy needs to be institutionalized. He ain't worth it.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. To further Austin's point, though, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot going for the Cowboys. I think their pass game is going to be like their saving grace here. Their run game is just when you look at the name value, atrocious. Their RB1 right now in the depth chart is Javonte Williams.
Yikes.
We'll see about that one. You know, the Cowboys are like they've had a couple like successes with running backs recently, like Tony Pollard for a while. Obviously when he was with Zeke, and Rico Dowdle had a 1,000-yard season, so maybe they'll do something with Javonte Williams. But Javonte Williams is not a good NFL starting running back. So
He's not the saving grace. He's not like DeMarco Murray. He's not that
DeMarco
kind of
Murray.
guy. Like,
DeMarco Murray, 2014. You just had to be there. You just had to be there.
yeah, man. That's the epitome of a running back in my eyes from a fantasy value standpoint.
Yeah, I'm down on the Cowboys. I think they're going to be like they had a, if you want to call it a championship window, like 5 seasons ago. The NFC's too good. They're too good, and I can't wait to see the copium that their fan base is going to be on this entire season. Like when you compare two of the most hated fan bases in the NFL, the Patriots and the Cowboys, I think the Patriots have a team they can actually be a lot more excited about, is having a chance of like doing something remarkable this season.
Yeah.
The Cowboys, I don't know. You have Micah Parsons, and you have
Who might not
CeeDee
be there.
Lamb, who might not even be there as of
Yeah.
right now. So
Speaking of George Pickens, Brett had the Steelers falling below expectations, which I think is reasonable. I think it could happen. And then Jay had the Vikings falling below expectations, which, hey, yet again, reasonable. I think those are two teams that are kind of like, they have question marks around how mid they're going to be, you know? Like, is JJ McCarthy going to be good? Is he going to be bad? Is Aaron Rodgers going to be good? Or is he going to be bad? So maybe it's not.
He's gonna be a
mid,
shitter.
It's around their QBs specifically. The rest
Yeah,
of the
I
team,
think,
it could hold up, you know?
and it's so funny because Aaron Rodgers is on the opposite end of the spectrum. He's like old and washed, and then like
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy is like no one's seen him play NFL football before.
Yep.
They're going in
But-
very different directions here.
I think JJ just doesn't even have to be that good. So I think with
Yeah,
Justin
that's true.
Jefferson, I think he just doesn't even really have to do that amazing, and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just don't throw interceptions. Yeah, just don't turn it
Yeah.
over. What's up? You got literal fucking playmakers on every option
Hmm.
on that team.
Yeah.
All right. Let's transition over. So we have do you guys want to finish with our Super Bowl matchups, or you want to do that and then kind of rapid fire?
We
end
can
of the
rip.
year
We can
awards?
rip through the awards and stuff.
Okay. So just as a reminder, what we are predicting here is MVP, Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year, and then Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. Who would like to kick us off?
How about real quick? I'll rip through Jay and Brett. We'll give them first this time instead of putting them at the end. So
Good idea.
Jay has Baker Mayfield. Please, Netflix, put this man in quarterback season 3 as our NFL MVP. I think Specht would love that one.
I would love that.
Offensive Player of the Year, Bijan Robinson. Very reasonable. Defensive Player of the Year, Max Crosby, as he terrorizes the AFC West. I think these are all very reasonable. Like they could happen, you know.
Yep.
Brett, MVP Joe Burrow, my dog. Offensive Player of the Year, Jahmyr Gibbs. Defensive Player of the Year, Jalen Carter. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Ashton Jenney. And Defensive Rookie of the Year, Abdul Carter. And I didn't see the rookies on Jay's list, so
He didn't have
I
him.
guess he missed them. Yep.
Okay.
I don't really see anything wrong with either of those. I think the awards are more up in the air. You know, there's a bigger group than
Yeah.
rankings here that you could pull from, and I think all these are like they could happen. You know, I do love Brett going with the Carters for his defensive picks.
Yeah, Abdul Carter winning Rookie of the Year is.
It seems like a lock from how everyone talks
Ye-
about him, but
yeah,
we'll see.
he's like generational type shit.
Yeah.
So if he can stay healthy, I picked someone else just to like spice it up, just cause. But I think it's fairly certain.
Well, who'd you pick?
I
Let us
picked.
know.
I picked. He's
Run it down,
on.
run it down.
Okay, so I MVP Joe Burrow because please God, I've been saying it for like 3 years now.
Please.
Offensive Player of the Year pretty much could have been anybody. Saquon was like the chalk pick from DraftKings. I did Derrick Henry. I think him and Lamar are just gonna run to a Super Bowl. I have them winning the Super Bowl.
Spoilers.
Rather than doing, I could have done Myles Garrett, could have done T.J. Watt. I ended up doing. I think this would be spicy. I think the Broncos are going to be the best defense in the league by the end of the year, and I think Pat Surtain is going to win a back-to-back
Okay.
Defensive Player of the Year as a cornerback, being the best player on the best defense in the league. So I think he's going to go back-to-back. Offensive Rookie of the Year, again, shock. It's almost certainly going to be Ashton Jenney. However, I'm going to let you fellas in on some little. This is my call. I'm telling you right now.
Put us on game.
RJ Harvey of the Broncos might literally run the ball 300 times this year. That man, watch out. I'm telling you, he could easily be Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm drafting that dude. I don't care how early I got to do it. I'm making my call. I was right about Jaden Daniels last year, and someone else got to reap the benefits. I'm not letting RJ Harvey get away from me. He could be Rookie of the Year. I have Defensive Rookie of the Year as Jalen Walker. He's on the Falcons. He's like the second or third kind of like chalk pick. And then we didn't do this one, but I did Comeback Player of the Year. I have Aiden Hutchinson coming back after an injury year and having an amazing year, being like so. I think
that
that's
might be a
pretty
lock.
easy one. That's like it's either him or I think technically the chalk pick on DraftKings is Dak Prescott to be Comeback Player of the Year.
It is. They do love
That's
giving
crazy.
these awards,
Boo.
but dude, they might go 4-13 and they still give it to Dak.
Yeah.
Like,
Quarterbacks win
Yeah.
awards, man. But yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson is.
there's just like a vibe, there's a vibe with award voting, which I'm gonna go into my list so I can explain this. I had MVP as Lamar Jackson just because I want it to be Joe Burrow, but I think it's gonna be repeat of last year. If they're on the outside of the playoffs looking in, which is what I said they were in my list, they're not giving it to a team outside of the playoffs. So it's probably gonna be Lamar. And then I put Derrick Henry, same as you, not because I think he's gonna repeat exactly what he did this year. I think he's gonna have a really good season again. But I think people are gonna see this as, oh, this might be Henry's like last hurrah. Like he's getting up there now. And they're gonna want to vote for him to give him Offensive Player of the year to just be like, here you go, Like sometimes awards they just give it to people. Maybe Saquon has a bit of year, but they're just like, Saquon, you got it last year. Here you go, Derek. Like,
It's also
there you
tough
go.
because you see running backs a lot have years like obviously no one 10 a year like Saquon has, but running backs who typically have that many carries. I mean, look what
Yeah.
happened to Josh Jacobs. He led the league in carries and then fell off like super hard for a year,
Yep.
and now he's back. So it's like usually running backs who have amazing years fall off a little bit. So I don't know if Saquon will. So that's why that's kind of why I'm with.
Yeah, and good news is Derrick Henry has been doing this for like 10 years now. So
Yeah, he
whether
has yet
that's a
to
good
have
or
his
bad
fault.
thing, he's proven that he can do it back-to-back years. It's just when
Yeah.
do his legs blow up?
Dude, just a
I want to
freight
save my
train.
spicy one for the end. Maybe it's not as spicy as I think, but Ashton Jentney and Abdul Carter were the obvious ones to me. I also don't know as much about rookies, so
Yeah.
I kind of had to go mainstream. My defensive player of the year, I think Trey Hendrickson could snag it.
Ooh,
He just
Doesn't
goes
matter
somewhere and
what
runs it up.
team. It does not matter what team. He led the league in sacks last year, I'm pretty sure.
he did.
Nobody cared.
Something
my
like that.
Nobody cared. So, I mean, I feel like cornerbacks kind of get like
They
tossed
give it to the
side.
cornerback every like 5 years.
Yeah,
the last
they
one
love defensive linesmen.
Yeah, it's
Who's
a
the
sack. It's a
last
sack
one?
award.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Last one was
Was
Stephon
it
Gilmore in 2019.
Yep.
Remember that?
So
God.
Well deserved.
the cycle has been fulfilled. We're back to defensive lineman this year. He could do it on the Bengals. He could do it somewhere else. I just genuinely think, unless there's a holdout and he doesn't play for like 5 games, he'll be able to snag defensive player of the year. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, it's certainly possible. I love when they asked him, like, do you want to play for the Bengals? And he's like, yeah, man, not really. He's like, I kind of don't, actually. Usually they're like, listen, man, I just want to. And he's like, nah, man, nah, actually, I kind of don't. But I think he will. I think I think it'll be boring. I think he'll
I
just end
feel
up.
like you just know too. Like if it's kind of like how Abdul Carter is just going to eat if they have such a good defensive line, and the Giants, they can't double team him every time. If he gets traded, it's going to be to a contender who hopefully has a good defensive line, and that just opens it up for him,
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see though. I'm curious what the other two boys have for us.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, I have a little bit of diversity. So I got Joe Burrow with MVP.
That's not
Yeah.
Hell
fair.
yeah.
The driving catalyst of that MVP is the Offensive Player of the Year, Jamar Chase.
This is me.
I
last
think
year.
I think T.J. Watt, low-key got robbed of Defensive Player of the Year last year, so I think he's gonna get it this year. Abdul Carter, my Defensive Rookie of the Year, because I don't really know other defensive rookies anyway. So, and he's just the obvious choice. But my Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now this is a lot of wishful
I know
thinking.
exactly what you're about
This
to
is
say.
a lot of watching preseason games. Give me the Patriots, Travion Henderson, baby.
Yeah, because it's totally possible. It really
I
is.
want it. I want it so bad. Let's fucking
Yeah.
manifest it. Let's make it happen. Patriots in the playoffs, carried by their new running back who's taking maybe not 300 carries, but taking 250 carries,
Yeah,
25 of them to the fucking house because he's a
What-
touchdown maniac.
Are we just
when I
throwing away
was doing-
Ramondre like he's trash? What's
Yeah,
going on?
no,
Ramondre don't mean shit no more, dog.
It's gonna be a Gibbs Montgomery thing. I'm telling you. I think I saw when I was doing my research today. I saw like it was like a every team's like bold take kind of thing. And the guy who did the write up on the Patriots said that he thinks Travion Henderson will lead all running backs in receiving yards, not rushing yards, receiving yards. That's still
Yeah.
something.
That's crazy. That's sneaky.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was at that Commanders game, and you can just tell sometimes when it's like, oh, they're going preseason speed. Oh, that was he
That
missed
man,
that because it's
he was
preseason.
running.
He was not necessarily like, you couldn't even say breaking tackles because he was just like slipping out of them like they meant nothing. He was dusting dudes. It was crazy to watch, and I drank the propaganda juice immediately, and I would love to see him get Rookie of the Year. I think it's a possibility. It's just, yeah, maybe something happens to Gent. If Genty's as good as everyone says, I feel like it's a lock. But like, dude, Henderson he's sneaky.
If
He's
Henderson
sneaky.
gets to work, I think I think he'll have a case. at
Well,
least.
that's the thing. Ashton
It's just
Genty
the
is gonna
usage.
get. If Ashton
All of
Genty
it.
doesn't lead all rookies in carries,
Yeah.
honestly, if he doesn't lead most running backs in carries, I'll be shocked. They're
Yeah,
gonna
he's
feed.
gonna-
Who else? Who else are they? What are they even gonna do? Geno Smith to who?
Yeah.
I mean, like, so
No,
it,
that
it,
is-
Ashton, it's gonna be Ashton Genty. I mean, and you saw him in that preseason game. He literally like made a grown man like flat down to the ground. So I mean, it's likely, but yeah, I think they're gonna run him till he explodes. So
Yeah,
we know.
the
Yeah.
only other person behind him really is I guess they have Zamir
Yikes.
White, who had
The worst year of all time, and I witnessed it from a front row seat. Yeah, that guy.
But they have they have a 33-year-old Raheem Mostert listed as their RB2 right now. So
Ooh.
The other guy I had a front row seat to watch his demise. Yeah, I had both of those guys, and I thought I was like, I'm fucking set these losers. Let me get this. Yeah, I was fucking.
all right,
Yeah, he's got glass bones too, Raheem.
I'll keep mine brief because I'm not doing anything crazier. I have Genty as my offensive rookie of the year for the reasons that were just stated, and Abdul Carter for reasons that have been stated. I have TJ Watt as my defensive player of the year, and then I have Joe Burrow as my MVP. So I'm right there with you guys. I think if the Bengals can secure a playoff berth, I think it's his to take this season.
Even
If they can
succeed.
secure playoff spot, everything changes. Like, quite literally.
Yep.
All tier lists, all awards that we've said, boom, exploded, changed.
Yeah, you're putting him straight into the Super Bowl if they make the playoffs. Is that what we're
That'd
hearing?
be something. I would.
Dude,
die
I
for that.
looked at that bracket last year. If the Bengals were where the Broncos were, they could have beat the Bills. They could have ran that gauntlet. It would have been the nastiest gauntlet of all time. It would have been the greatest games to watch. Every single one of them, like 54 to like 53, and it would have been awesome. But we were
Yeah.
robbed of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mad still.
And I'm really high on him after having on my team last season. I think Jahmyr Gibbs could be offensive player of the year material.
It's a good pick.
Could be Bijan. But I don't know. I think I think he's poised to have an even larger role in that offense. He's one of the best dual
You and
threats
Brett?
in the league. He's
Yep.
freaking insane. So I'm really high on him. So give me Gibbs.
Like him.
Okay. And now wrapping it up. Super Bowl matchup and Super Bowl MVP. And if you guys, when you share this last part, if you want to share like who you think both teams beat in their conference championships to get in that position, that's fine too. But who would like to throw it out there?
So
first?
I'd like to kick it off because I think it ties in nice here.
Sure.
And I'm going to read Brett and Jay here because they tied. So they both had Bills Lions Super Bowl, which would be awesome. And they both had Josh Allen MVP. So obviously Bills win. And I was on that same wavelength, except I swapped the Eagles for the Lions. So that's three of us right off rip that all have Bills winning the Super Bowl finally, and Josh Allen getting his both his ring and his Super Bowl MVP, which I don't know. I think it's finally his year. Like last year, they had a dog shit team, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna fall off the face of the earth." They ended up doing pretty
He
damn
willed
good
them. He literally
He
physically willed them
to
to
that
victories.
conference championship. Wait, conference championship? Yeah, right.
Yes. No
wasn't
shade
very-
on
yeah, yeah,
shade
yeah.
on Cook, but I mean, man, Josh Allen
Yeah,
physically.
they. I mean, he willed them to that, and now I've heard less of that. I've heard less that they have a shit team. I've heard, at a minimum, they have a mid team this year. It's not horrible what they're looking at. I think they finally pushed through.
You think Josh Allen with a mid team wins the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I think he's that good. I'm kind of with Kevin. I don't have them winning the
Right
Super Bowl,
now,
but
at
I'm
least,
so
yeah.
I'm with Kevin.
I'm
think
not
it's
saying
so
it's
possible.
impossible. I think there's definitely it's probably more likely than a lot of us would want to
Yeah.
really think. But yeah, I mean it's possible. That's not what I have by any means.
Well, what do you have, Austin?
So in the NFC, I got the Eagles beating the Lions, and I got the Ravens beating the Broncos. I got the Ravens winning the Super Bowl, and my man Derrick Henry getting a Super Bowl MVP.
See, that's crazy because you picked someone other than a QB, but I respect it. That
Yeah,
takes
but
a lot
that's
of guts.
that's
I
that
think
happens sometimes.
I think that Derrick Henry is gonna have like 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns if he gets into the Super Bowl. I think Derrick Henry will be the reason that the Eagles or not the Ravens would win. And not
I
to
would
discredit Lamar, he's gonna play fine or he'd have a fine game, but I just think Derrick Henry's he's gonna be the goal line guy in every single scenario. They're not gonna do what the Seahawks did against the Patriots by any means.
I will say I absolutely hate the Ravens just because it's ingrained into my blood as a Patriots fan. But I would love to see that for Derrick Henry.
Me too. I'm also kind of on the Derrick Henry storyline. If this is probably his last real good year.
But I mean, I'm looking up Super Bowl MVPs right now. It is not
It's-
looking good.
It's
There's-
scarce.
There is more defensive players. There's like they might have like 7 defensive players listed here before they get to the first running back
can't
I see
even
scrolling
think.
in the past.
I
Off the
can't
top of the
think of
dome,
a
I
running
don't
back that's
know.
ever.
I will let you
I'm
all
thinking of.
take a guess.
Well, can you give us like the?
Oh,
time
you
frame?
know, it's probably Terrell Davis. Is it Terrell Davis?
It is Terrell Davis. Look at
Yeah.
that. Good
I'm just.
shit.
I was thinking of like. I was thinking of teams that had like dominant running backs that won a Super
Yeah.
Bowl. In the
157
Broncos,
yards, 3
whatever it
touchdowns.
was, 1997 or 8 or whatever year that was, 96.
Whoa, I forgot about this. Desmond Howard, kick returner, the year before. He had 244 all-purpose yards and a 99-yard
Yeah.
kickoff return.
College legend Desmond Howard.
Yeah. Anyways, it's looking rough for
wow.
Derrick Henry, but I'd love to see
I
it.
vibe with it.
He'll
I
have
like
a
it.
generational game. We'll find out.
Yeah. It's certainly doable.
Specs,
where
what
you
year are
at?
you next?
Expect.
I'll go because I kind of already said half of it. I think the Ravens. I think the Ravens beat the Bills to get to said Super Bowl. Obviously they have like one of the best running backs in the league, if not one of the best. They probably have the best quarterback in the league, second best quarterback. Well, we'll say second best quarterback in the league. Great wide receivers, one of the better tight ends. They have no one talks about how good their defense really is. Again, they do have trouble staying healthy in the secondary, but if that defense stays healthy, they're like a top 6 or 7 defense in the league. And then Eagles. Eagles will beat the. I'm telling you, man. I don't know why. I'm just riding the Bucks train till I die, dude. Eagles beat Bucks in the NFC. Then I think it's bird on bird, and I think it's Lamar. You said it was Josh Allen's time. I think no one's paid more dues than Lamar Jackson. How many MVPs does that man have to win before
Yeah,
he
right.
finally gets his Super Bowl? Josh Allen does typically do better in the playoffs. We've seen Lamar shit himself way more, but I think it's finally time, man. But I could easily see Bills doing it too. I'm totally on that train.
Yeah.
But I think for I'm fairly certain that that it'll be Eagles getting there at least. But it could be for me Bills, Ravens, Chiefs even, which that would make me vomit. But it's certainly possible.
Yeah. I just, like you said, we've seen Lamar shit his pants too many times in the playoffs. That's the
lot.
only reason why.
Like a
I didn't put
lot.
him through.
I'll
I
never
put him at
forget.
number 1,
Yeah.
but just regular season merchant. That's
I'll never forget when the Titans beat them, and they were
Oh my
like
God,
really,
yeah.
really good. That we were at. I remember me and you we were at a friend's house. And we were watching it live. And we were just flabbergasted, dude.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that game.
All right. I am gonna be that guy again. I'm gonna be the one person that picks the Chiefs to make it to the Super Bowl.
So gross.
and that's
I
all
know,
we
but it's
have
like it
for
hurts.
tonight, guys. Thank you for
You're-
watching a 4-quarter.
But like you could totally be right, and that's
Jesus.
the worst part.
No,
Like,
I
it's
just
so-
that's I'm approaching.
You better
it-
not be.
I'm
hate
approaching
it.
it
I
like I
hate it
said when
so
I was
much.
talking about the Chiefs to begin with. Like I'm just trying to be realistic, and this is coming from someone who like we all grew up watching the Patriots. Sometimes like this is just this generation's team that's always going to be in the picture. I think AFC Championship game at minimum for the Chiefs is in their future. I do have them facing the Eagles in the Super Bowl in a rematch.
Dude, like I literally just got
For the
physically
third one.
sick.
Jesus.
My
I
stomach
can't.
hurts.
Just for
Yeah,
them to
it-
get rammed again, dude. Like
Yeah,
that
I
is,
do have I do have the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, and I have Jalen Hurts winning a second consecutive Super Bowl MVP.
It's
'Cause I just don't know who else it could be. Maybe
know what's
That's
Barkley,
so
but
possible.
Probably
It
not.
hurts my head.
That's like-
You know what's crazy? You saying that makes me more sick than when it was Warriors Cavs for like 4 years.
I
in a
was
row.
just about to pull
I would-
that comparison out, dude.
I would
Yeah,
rather
that's exactly
have-
what it feels like.
I would rather
I
have
used to love when it was
16
Warriors
years of
Cavs.
Warriors Cavs. Like that, I was like, oh, cool, here we go again. But this, if I got a rematch, I don't know if I would watch the Super Bowl. I'd just be like, ugh. Like I
You
I
just
don't
know
only
the
watch
Eagles
it-
got it, dude.
I don't know
yeah,
what to
the
tell you,
only
man.
reason I would watch it is because Brett's having a Super Bowl party and I'm invited. That's it.
Yeah,
And
right,
that's-
exactly.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
Yeah.
Because I want to go eat Dave's hot chicken at Brett's house. That's the only reason I'm
Yeah,
gonna watch it, dude.
so facts.
if Brett was like, sorry guys, like Papa Chev, just like his guts exploded all over the living room, and we got.
Why does that have to be
We
it?
gotta bring
Papa
him
Chef has
because
to die for this.
No, because he doesn't die. They bring him back to the gut relocation center, and but they can't host. If they can't host a party, then I'd rather go like play Rocket League or something. I just genuinely, I would not watch that game.
Well,
I
who's
feel
doing,
that.
we don't know who's doing the halftime show yet, do we? Because you can also watch it for the halftime show. Yeah.
What am I, a white woman?
Hey man, I enjoy the halftime show. That's something to look forward to. I know it's
What
a
are
piss
you,
break
a
for
white
most
woman?
people. Close enough.
Taylor
you know?
Swift, maybe. Oh, it's not confirmed yet.
Oh
but the
god,
rumor's
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
Yeah. Also, yeah,
All
you
right,
want to know why the
hold on.
Chiefs are going to make
If
the Super
you're talking
Bowl?
about
Because
people- if you're talking
Travis
about
Kelsey's
people
going to
who are
propose
duped-
on the field after the Chiefs win
Yeah.
at halftime.
Nah,
Yeah.
you're talking Lamar Jackson, you're talking Josh Allen. You want to talk about people who are due their respect. Why hasn't Taylor Swift done a halftime performance yet? Let's be real.
Um,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of fair though. She's
Yeah.
why hasn't
You know what?
she-
Actually, it's because they only get artists 20 years after they're irrelevant. So we'll see Taylor Swift in like 2050.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yep,
yeah, you know, I agree.
Yeah,
to
like
an
when
extent.
Bruce Springsteen did that Super Bowl, like
No,
not
Usher-
that long
Usher?
ago.
You too.
Yeah, Usher. Yeah, Usher. Oh, dude, that U2 one was terrible. We were pretty
Dude,
young, but
they-
that was terrible.
Or
They-
they got
they
the
had
Who in like
50-year-olds
2009.
They had 50-year-old 50 Cent hanging upside down from the ceiling.
Oh, that
like,
was
what are
sick.
we
I know-
doing? That was sick. It would have been a lot cooler if he didn't
But
lose
that
his
was-
breath because he's
Yeah.
upside down.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't even advertised. That was like a total surprise when he did that too. Like,
no,
he
I know,
wasn't-
but we could have give 50 his flowers 20 years ago.
It
when
was Madonna. It
when
was
he's in his
Madonna.
prime.
Like it was only Madonna. One of those Patriot Super Bowls, like not too
Yeah.
long ago. Like one. Of the
I
later ones.
genuinely think Katy Perry might have been the only one they snagged close to her
Okay,
prime.
hold
That's
on,
about it.
real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kev. Just I have a when we get to Super Bowl season, we have to do something like this. I think it's a great podcast idea would be to like watch Super Bowl halftime shows and tier list them in terms of how good
Yeah.
they were.
All right.
That might be
enough.
really fun. They would take a long like we would have to like maybe do it by decade or whatever. We could figure out how we could do it, but let's put a pin in that. I think that'd be
Put a
fun.
pin in it.
Yeah,
I'd be
honestly,
like
that wouldn't be
that.
bad. 20 do like 2000 to 2010, 10 to 20, and then like whatever.
All right.
Okay.
I do like
Anywho,
that.
About time, right?
all right. We're gonna wrap it up there. It's 8:25 p.m. currently, and
Ooh, ooh.
Austin's got a game to play, and so does Spect. I know
Yeah, we're gamers out here.
RuneScape and Delta Force.
Got some raids.
So next on the agenda, I don't know I don't know if we're going to do any more NFL season preview stuff, but we are hopefully going to be going live on Mondays during the NFL season for the normal, show that we have historically done. Except for next Monday, I know I can't do that, so we will not be live then. But we'll be back. We'll be back and we'll figure it out. This has been fun. I appreciate the conversation as always, boys. Any final thoughts before we get off the air?
Buy Japanese peanuts from Mexico.
Don't ask questions, take notes.
Noted. Okay. Well, whether you're watching live on Twitch and YouTube or listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, thank you. We'll catch you again soon. This has been 4 Quarters of a Whole Idiot signing off. Goodbye.
Thank you.